Okay, welcome to our third boot camp. Congratulations for showing up. You guys are dedicated and you got to put in the work and the time and the money to be successful. So congratulations for doing your part this evening. Sometimes learning doesn't feel fun, but it does help you grow, and the results that you get from growing are fun. So make sure that you're always learning, always developing yourself through personal growth, and always investing in your business and your team. So investing in people will be your biggest payoff. So unfortunately, Miss Cheryl is not feeling so well tonight. So I am solo. You're stuck with me, and I'll try to go through her slides the best that I can. And we can make this more interactive. So you guys feel free to ask me questions as we go. Otherwise, I am recording it so everyone else can watch the recorded version, the replay. So live up to the way you market yourself, then the negativity and fear of other people's opinions fades away. So what I realized a lot in network marketing is that people put out an image of themselves, and they can look like they're much more successful than they are if they want, because of our access to social media and the images and videos that we have access to. But I recommend that you are genuine, so that anything you are putting out there to brand yourself or brand your Avon business, that you are really doing it authentically and ethically. So I am somewhat sad to see how many people don't live up to that. I think the more people you come across, the more you see that what they're portraying is not who they actually are. So I encourage you to build the life that you want, and then you can share it with authenticity and be proud and not care what whoever internet trolls are judging you on the internet. So if you're happy with yourself and your immediate circle, that's really going to help you balance and grow your Avon business. So the other quote we have here is, toxic people will not be changed by the alchemy of your kindness. Yes, be kind, but move on swiftly and let life be their educator. So don't dwell on stuff that happens on social media. Fill your circle with people that are positive and that make you feel better about yourself. I used to be more of a people pleaser, and I've kind of gotten over that. And as long as my immediate circle is happy with me, I hope the others like me, but if they don't, that's okay, because I'm being authentic and who I am. And a lot of times people that are just trying to bring you down are unhappy about something in their own lives, and they're trying to bring you down to that level. So keep going, stay positive, and be above that. So it's freezing here in Illinois. It was negative 26 this morning. So I am anxiously awaiting that Maui invitation. Avon does amazing trips, especially in the Midwest when it's freezing cold. I really look forward to those Avon trips where they put us up at beautiful places, and we are definitely spoiled and get to hang out with people from all over the United States. So a lot of the trips are based on your performance, but RepFest is something that everyone can attend. And I really recommend that you sign up for it. Once you attend an Avon event, you're really going to want to go after all of the trips that are open for opportunity to you. So your first step is to register for Rep Fest. I used to make excuses why I didn't go. I didn't know anyone. I was uncomfortable traveling by myself. But once I went, I really haven't missed many since then. It's such a life-changing opportunity. It will change your business and you for the better. I promise nothing else can bring as much excitement as when you go on those trips that are treated like royalty. So imagine yourself here. It is kind of the slower part of the year, but we have to build up our energy and put in effort to every single campaign to make it count. So here are some more beautiful pictures of the resort, the swim up pool bar there, and this beautiful corner room. I'm very excited to go on this trip, and I hope you guys are too. Mark it on your calendar so that you're committing that you are going to earn it. And if by chance you don't, the worst thing is that you built your business and you're going to be making more money. So it's really a win-win, and I really suggest that you go after it and work your hardest to achieve every incentive that Avon puts out there. So what does it include? It includes 3 nights at the Hyatt, an all-inclusive package for food and drinks, round-trip airfare, ground transportation, welcome reception, and farewell dinner. The biggest thing that you have to worry about is having some ones on hand so that you can tip. Avon really goes all out to book all of the logistics so that it is really just a treat to go on. So we want to look at how many points you can earn and what you have to do to achieve them. So you want to sell, you want to recruit, and you want to build leaders. So this is something that I recommend you do every single campaign. Once you put in the disciplined activities and the schedule that you need to go through every single week, you will start achieving these incentives and the trips. So that if you focus on selling traditionally, selling online, and then also developing your team, that's really going to help you grow and reach your highest potential with Avon. So a big congratulations to some of our achievers who have already earned the towel. So I love this, that there are incremental prizes as you go to keep your excitement high. And they do ship after you achieve them. So you're going to get that while you're in the process of trying to earn that trip. So I use Zap, PIZAP.com to create this image. I like to share it on my personal Facebook timeline so that it tags my team members. It really shows their network how much fun Avon is and what they're achieving by doing this network marketing business. A lot of people put out their network marketing business, but a lot of times you don't see real results. So when you earn that towel, take a picture and post it to your friends and family. You don't have to ask people, really, who's doing that? Rob's going to be in the doghouse. He's like throwing Izzy's toys right into my office. You guys that followed me in the old house, you know I was like so excited about having an office, but it's it's kind of the same thing, because when the family doesn't know what to do with something, it ends up in my office. Anyways, okay, so we want to focus on the rewards as we go. Congratulations to Bridget and Tracy, Becky, Cheryl, Gloria, Melissa, and Wendy for already achieving that towel. So you can track how far you are, your progress, and how much further you have to go. If you go to the bottom of your login page, you will find where it says sales incentives. You want to click on that, and then you'll find all of our current incentives. You click on get details, and that will bring you to a page that has all the important things that you need to know to earn this trip. I recommend that you study it and learn all about it. That's really the first step in achieving. And then track your progress as you go. For those of you that buy Alma leads, I will point out here how much more the personal leads have given me than Alma. So it's good to bring in different types of leads to your business, whether it's doing it online, out and about, or purchasing through Avon. If you're able to do that, I recommend all options, because with the right person and the right training, anyone can be your next rock star. So for those of you that are brand new to signing someone up, there's some pretty easy steps here. You can do it a couple different ways. You can send them to sellavon.com, and then the reference code is the last part of your website. They can also go directly to your online website and click on the Sell Avon Become a Rep, and that will automatically pre-fill your reference code when this page pops open. So you'll see here they can search by name, or they can enter your referral code. So I like to, most of the time, do both. So I'll put my website address, but I'll also say use code ECGRIN, just so there's no errors there. Okay, so what is Alma? It's one of those words that maybe you hear tossed around in Avon, but you don't really understand what it is. So it is our leads management system. And there's two different types of leads. A personal lead would be someone that you generated yourself, whether it's your friend or someone that you met online. That's going to count as a personal lead. And some people would argue that the personal leads turn out better than Alma. Like I said, again, I like to produce them from all different areas, because you never know who your next star is going to be. So an Alma lead would be a lead that you purchased from Avon. And you have to meet a few requirements in order to be able to do that. First of all, you can't be past due more than 2 campaigns. You need to be a bronze ambassador or higher. And you have to, minimum of 2 appointments. I have a typo there. So a minimum of 2 appointments in the prior rolling 3 campaigns. So that would mean that you've signed up 2 people in the last 3 campaigns. So they want to make sure that you're doing your part to bring in new team members before they give you the option to be able to buy leads. Hi, Tina. So some tips here. Make sure that anytime anyone says they're interested in selling Avon, that you follow up as soon as possible. You want to contact them using different methods. I teach my team to do phone, text, and email. And if you get a voicemail, let them know, hey, I'm also going to send some information to you via email. So that's 3 contacts in 3 different ways. Yes, it is echoing because I'm in my office. Hopefully being closer to the microphone helps. Okay, that's the drawback of having the doors closed where the family's not being obnoxious. You guys have to hear me echo. Anyway, so track your conversion rate. You want to try to turn every lead into a new team member so that they fill out that contract and become an addition. And you also want to watch your conversion rate from when someone signs up to the time they put in an order. So you want to, no, it's not you, it's me. We seem to be quieted down there. Let me, now Siri thinks that I'm talking to her. Hang on, I'll open the door so it can be better. Okay. Always something, right? I guess that's the perk and drawback of working from home. I don't have to go out into the cold, but you know, there's always chaos in the background. Oh well, that's my reality. So, how much does it cost to invest in Alma? A premium lead would be considered someone that says, I'm interested in selling Avon specifically. So these are really good leads. They are better worth the investment, in my opinion, than the standard lead. But you may not get as many because there's a lot of Avon reps that want the premium lead. So do what you're comfortable with, and definitely don't spend more than what's outside your budget. I hate to see how many representatives end up past due and then get removed. So only do what you can afford, but I really do recommend investing in it if you aren't yet and you qualify. So you could identify right here when you go into Alma, you can set your preferences right there. The little heart means that it is a personal need, and the little thing that looks like recycling here means that they have inquired more than once. Any questions so far? Silencio. Got nothing. Let's see. Maybe I can try to do the Facebook Live over here, see if it'll come up. See, this is Cheryl's part. I always have to give her a hard time. Okay, while that is going, Cheryl does have a website, a blog called Cheryl's Glitz and Glam. She has a few helpful articles on there about, she has some email scripts. She has some articles on building your online business, following up, converting Alma leads. I don't think Facebook's going to work tonight. She has the option to subscribe to her blog. So those of you that are just starting building that online business, I would recommend doing methods to build your face-to-face customer base as well as your online base. It is a little bit more difficult, in my opinion, to get online sales than it is face-to-face. So you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket and try to go just one way with your Avon business. When you're building in all areas, it makes for a stable foundation, and then when you start growing quicker, you can keep up with that financially and from a time management point of view. Okay, so she also keeps track of her accomplishments. I highly recommend this because our team information only tracks 1 year at a time. So I am super grateful that I have kept track of all those numbers so I can look back and say, wow, look how far I've grown in this many years. So definitely keep track of your stats. Build yourself a resume that tracks which incentives you earn, what trips you go on, any recognition that you get. You really need to be marketing yourself, especially if you don't have a mentor or an upline that does that for you. So here she's always got her social media connections so people can connect with her across platforms. You can use cute little ads like this to put on your sidebar so people can easily click through and sign up. So again, her website, I'll type it in the chat box here. It's Shirls with the S on the end, and then Blitz, Blitz, and glam.com. Okay. Oops. So what is your follow-up process? We talked about that a little bit. Wanting to make contact 3 different ways as soon as possible. Cheryl knows much more about managing the leads once they're in Alma. I delegate everything that doesn't self-appoint at this point, so I don't really know much about going through those leads and managing them effectively. I do know she says never to close your leads because you want them to be in your Alma system when they sign up as a representative, and that's how it attaches them to you. So I would definitely recommend 9 contacts within the first week. They're going to be most likely to sign up as soon as they show interest. So again, some visual cues about the bonuses that you can earn when you advance title. You really have a great opportunity on the way to Gold Ambassador because the goals are pretty close together. So if you're not Gold Ambassador yet, focus on always adding team members so that you can get those points for the Fiesta in advancing title. So here are some of my stats about what I was making at different points in my leadership business. I always found it helpful to see other leaders and how much they were earning when I was not earning very much. So results can differ greatly. So just use this as kind of a base, like, okay, I want to be to bronze executive in the next 5 years. This is what I can expect to make from them. So just some real numbers I thought might help you to be inspired and to see what you can maybe expect to be earning at each level. Again, it does vary how many people you have in each generation, how much you really bring home in your paycheck. So what are some of the questions to ask yourself? What are your recruiting goals? So I like to always compare myself to my past performance instead of to other representatives so that I'm always improving over myself. So I track the number of contracts that I close. So that would be someone signing up. Number of additions is going to be someone that signs up that actually places an order. And first generation would mean they signed up directly under me. And then number of reps on your team. So maybe you want to make it a goal of adding 50 team members a year or 100 team members a year. Put your goals in place and really work hard to try and achieve them every single team. So let's say you're at the leader level, then we can start to look at some of our leadership goals. So unit sales increase. What is your leadership earnings? How many leaders do you have underneath you? How many additions does your entire team bring in? What is your goal, title, and date? So we can kind of just do this business sporadically and when we feel like it. But if we really want to build a solid business, we need to have recruiting and leadership goals in place. And we have to put effort towards that every week, every day. So keep track of these stats, because you may have like a feeling that, okay, things are going good in my Avon business, but your numbers may be saying something else. So keep track of those. You can be proud of yourself, see where you have some opportunities to improve, and again, see how far you've come over the years. So very grateful that I have my wild spreadsheet that has all of my leadership data in it from 2012. So how much time are you dedicating to recruiting? If you want to focus on building your team, and that's your primary goal this year, your daily activities and your weekly routine better match up to that big goal. Based on your results, which activities are most effective? So I've said this multiple times. I used to spend way too much time on Facebook. And so I was thinking, okay, I've spent, say I spend 80% of my work time on Facebook. So 80% of my leads should be generating from that platform. Well, the numbers didn't match up, and that's when I started being more disciplined about getting off social media, because it can create a false sense of accomplishment. So you can be on there all day, have fun, socialize, but at the end of the day, if you're not growing your business, what's going to make you happy? So you got to find that happy balance between what you enjoy doing and what brings results. So how disciplined are you? Do you exit out of Facebook while you're doing your productive time? Do you, check for emails every 5 minutes? Notifications can keep you busy all day long. So we want to make sure, especially if you're limited on time, say you have little kids. Yeah, sorry, Patricia. I don't know why it's echoing more tonight than usual. Maybe I was leaning back. Is that better? Good. Anyone? Can you guys hear okay? Hello? Okay, can't understand. Can anyone else? Can you guys hear me okay? The volume up. Okay. Still static. Uh-oh. Is that better? Yes. Okay. Darn. I think my my cord was almost unplugged. You guys should have said something earlier. I went on for a long time. Okay. So evaluate your processes and your budget to make sure it aligns with your goals. So like I said, again, good, Patricia. I'm glad you said something. Hopefully I don't have to go back and re-record this whole thing. Okay, you guys tell me. I'm okay. I can handle it. I don't have Cheryl to be bossing me around and chiming in here and there. Okay, so what could you have done differently in 2018 to positively affect your business? So maybe you spent a lot of time at events and it did not pay off for you. So that's one way I've figured out what works the best, is just by trying different things, trial and error, either improving it or taking it out of my process. So what are your primary goals for 2019? Mine is to bring in first generation team members and help my leaders build. So almost all of my time and my budget is now dedicated to recruiting and leadership activities. So that's one thing that I've really done to be able to build big quickly, is to delegate. So hopefully you have someone in your family that can help, or you can hire an assistant, because as your business grows, you're going to want to delegate those tasks that aren't the best use of your time anymore. So as I've done that, I've moved one of my employees over to more of an assistant and marketing assistant rather than working in the store. So now we have double the effort. She's really similar to me and does a great job communicating to my team and doing some of the marketing work for me. So that way I can focus on those things that I know I need to be doing to grow the business. So blogging or making videos, the activities that can't be replaced with another person. That's what I focus on now. So think about those repetitive tasks that you're doing that aren't really growing your business. They're just maintaining your business. Maybe you can find help or a family member to take over those tedious tasks for you. So do that with helpers, a service, or use technology to help save you time or money, or both. So did you spend the majority of your time on busy work or income generating activities? So timing is everything. February 1st is coming up on Friday. And I always tell my team that that's when you want to go at it. You want to get your online marketing out there. You want to follow up with your leads. People tend to have more money at the beginning of the month. And Sarah is celebrating a birthday. So happy birthday, Sarah. So on the 1st, what can you do? You can pick up your phone and start making calls. You could do text messages. You could blast out emails or social media posts. Really focus on closing those leads in the beginning of the month. And then also pay attention to which days and times work the best for you. So I kind of did an analysis of when we close most of our leads. It turned out being Thursdays and Fridays. So now I pay attention to that, and I try to do recruiting activities on those days every single week. So then also you want to pay attention to when your network is online. Most times it's going to be at mealtime. So whether that's morning, lunch, dinner, and then of course the highest peak is between 8 and 9 when people they should be winding down off their phone, but they're winding down on their phone right before bed. So you want to try and hit people at those times when you know you're going to reach the most people online. And then pay attention to holidays. Those are also big opportunities for us. So we have Valentine's Day coming up. Tax refund time is another time that people have more money than normal. So it's good to reach out then. Maybe you want to schedule a mailing for that that time, March, April. And then we have Mother's Day coming up too. So pay attention to important holidays and dates that are going to positively affect your business. So recruit every single campaign. I think the biggest shock to people who finally get their first team member is maybe that person doesn't turn out to do everything that they promised to do. So you have to just keep adding. Don't take it personal. Keep going. Keep recruiting every campaign. Sometimes half of your people work out. Sometimes 1 in 10 become successful. So to a certain extent, it is about always bringing in new people. And then the longer your business goes, the more people that aren't really putting in the effort drop down, drop off. And then you have those people that are really serious about building their business that is left. So you have your strong performers. Every single year, you add more and more to that group. So we can recruit through mailing. We can recruit through our What's New. We have our Beauty Boss flyer. You can order these recruiting booklets here. Rob. What is this? Okay. Could you guys hear Izzy? She's voicing her opinion in the background there. You guys are either stuck with echo or a dog. What's worse? You can also do a home party. So think about different ways that you can reach out and get a group of people together, because it's more fun that way, and you can build your business faster that way. So think about fundraising, group selling, events, home party, book party. And then you always want to make sure that you have their contact information. So if you go to an event and you're just handing out your books and praying to God that someone calls you, you might be wasting your money and time. You really want to be collecting their information so that you can start marketing to them through the mail or through email or whatever it might be. Just because someone's not interested right now doesn't mean that they won't be at a different point in their life. So business cards are a great way to leave your trail wherever you go, maybe the laundromat, the grocery store. After you have tipped your waitress, you can put a business card there. That's especially good for people that are a little bit shy and would rather leave a sales tool than talk to someone about becoming a rep. So if you are afraid of prospecting, take baby steps, and the more you do it, the easier it will become. So we can use a mix of our traditional and online methods to get team members. I know that Avon is pushing online right now, but don't look at it as an either or option. Do both. Do both. One is a tried and true way that works that a lot of customers are completely happy with. Online shopping is the way of the future and the way that the market is moving. So you want to take advantage of both and what works best for you. So visit Avon Social. There's recruiting posts in there. You want to entice with incentives. So what I really like about the Jamaica incentive is that it's runs all year long. So we can use that as both a recruiting tool and a motivator to get our existing team members excited. So sometimes we see the incentives are so short-lived that it's hard to use it as a recruiting tool. this is gonna be good all year long. So learn about it now, start using it to bring people into your team. And people rarely succeed unless they have fun in what they are doing. So don't be the negative Nelly and then be surprised why you can't get new customers or new team members. When you put out a positive attitude, that's when positive people are going to attract to you. So put out there what you want to get in return. If you want a bunch of complaining team members, maybe you go out there and complain and say, hey, join my Avon team. But I would rather have people that have fun and want to build their business while doing so. So you can blog. That one's a little bit more difficult, but it can bring in great results. So blogging is kind of like an online journal. I like to write articles about buying Avon, becoming an Avon rep, tips for other Avon representatives. You want to build articles and build a following, but it does take persistence and consistency. So make sure that you can dedicate your time to doing it. One thing that I recommend whenever you're going to add a new tactic to your business is that you do something that you would be able to implement on a consistent basis. So if I went and did like a $1,000 mailing, that's not something that I would be able to build into my routine all the time and do consistently. So I recommend only adding in activities that you can do and that are sustainable, because that's when you really start building a routine that works and brings in really big results. Stay in contact. Again, you want to be marketing to these people as you invite them into your business and make them part of your potential customer base. I like to use some of the pictures from Avon Social and then include my own picture or pictures of me doing my Avon business or some of the trips we've been on. It just gives more of a personal touch and doesn't feel so adsy. I know that's not a word, but it feels more real and authentic. And I think you will see that you will get better results from those. People usually want to join you. So they want to join the business, but they particularly seek out you. So make your marketing materials reflect that. And then the power of video. So how can you really connect with people when you're spread out all over the country? That is the beauty of social media, and especially through video, because people can get to know you. I kind of don't like it because now you got to get ready to even just work from home. So that's kind of my selfish way of not liking social media and the videos. But it does really add in that personal connection. So I recommend doing a YouTube channel. Get on there live. Don't just get on just to get on, but use social media and technology as productivity tools to enhance what you're already doing. I have a series of onboarding videos. So I have emails and onboarding videos so that my new team members hear from me and feel like they get to know me as their leader, even when it's just through email. So you can also do recruiting videos talking about different aspects of the Avon business and why they would join. Building morale. So you know, bringing life to your Facebook group. Sometimes it can just be boring seeing still frames all the time. So I like to comment with a GIF or put a Facebook Live video in there every once in a while. Do drawings for my team who are adding recruits. So bring excitement and your personality to life through video with your team members. Building connections, it's another great way of getting to know your team members that are too far away to go meet face to face. And team support. So some of our team members who don't really know each other personally yet, but jump in and answer each other's questions, or kind of build that similarity, and they can relate to each other depending where they are in their Avon journey. So how can we as leaders keep the excitement high and celebrate along the way? It's a chore sometimes, guys. I mean, we're in January, there's snow, it's cold. Some days I want to hibernate, but I don't. And I step forward and I bring the excitement, and I try, at least. I never get to do everything I want to do. But I try to keep the momentum going and the excitement high. So you can go to Town and Country to order Grand Fiesta goodies. Go to the dollar store. There's Mardi Gras stuff out right now. So send that to your team members who have points in the incentive. I love to see that some of the leaders on Team Momentum are taking up not just my bad habits, but my good habits. So here's Sarah showing her team the incentive that I'm doing. Here's Ellen congratulating her team and building excitement. So whenever you're doing something like that on your public page, you can tag your team members, or you can do it within the group. Sometimes by tagging your team members, it will make them notice it for sure. So they'll get notified with when it has likes or loves and comments. So always good to get that excitement through social media. And then through January, I also was doing I still am, a daily giveaway. So just picking up those less expensive gift cards. So you can get $5 ones, you can get $10 ones. So maybe you can't afford every day in January, do a weekly drawing. So people love to win stuff. Yes, we can earn the trip, but they can also win stuff as they go. Your other team members will see, how did they win that? Oh my gosh, I want to win that. I'm going to bring in a team member. And then before you know it, they're having fun doing recruiting and leadership. So the point is to make it fun and keep the excitement high, because not all of your recruits are going to turn out to be your next best Avon rep. Some are going to not ever place an order. Some are going to maybe say something rude and want nothing to do with you. I think yesterday I got threatened that I was going to be sued for sending an email. So, yes, there are sometimes those nasty replies, but those are definitely few and far between. And the more you deal with more people, the more likely that's going to happen now and again. So don't be afraid of that. We just say, okay, and we unsubscribe them and we move on. So Make It Jamaica. I thought we would end tonight with the Jamaica incentive so that you guys can be working towards Los Cabos. But you can also be getting your achievements and making your way to Jamaica next year. So a lot of times it's only the top of the top that make Avon trips. This is open to everyone, and it's based on where you are already at in your Avon business. So not everyone has the same goals, which makes it much more achievable for everyone. So here's what it includes: 4 nights at the Hyatt, all-inclusive package with food and beverage, airfare, ground transportation, welcome, and farewell. So how can you earn this? You can earn this through a sales increase. And if you did not sell all last year, the minimum sales goal is $15,000. So that sounds big, so we're gonna break it down. You want 25% of it to be online if you're going for a trip for 1, and you want 50% of it to be online if you're going for a trip for 2. So your increase, let's see, is this trip a combination of the Mexico of next year as well as the PRP trip? Yes. So the trip that we are going on in April, which is PRP, which is to Maui this year, and the Los Cabos trip, which is the recruiting leadership incentive trip, those are being combined into one next year, which is the Jamaica trip. So instead of having PRP and then a recruiting trip, this is all mixed into one, which makes more sense so that we can all celebrate together. And it's going on both month to month, back to back, can be a little bit tricky. So they're combining their efforts into one trip that more people can achieve and more people can go on. So your goal is based on how you performed last year, or a minimum of 15,000. So your leader has your goal. I sent out the report to my first generation. You can also call Customer Insight to get your goal. So break this down now. You want to average about 600 per campaign, which doesn't sound that bad. 15,000 sounds a little out there, but if you break it down to 600 every campaign, that is definitely achievable. So 145 of that you would want online for a trip for 1, 289 for a trip for 2. So if you are converting customers to become online customers, you don't have to replace your relationship just because you're placing, just because they're placing their order online with you. You can still go to their house and drop off the catalog and visit with them for a little bit. Just recommend that people shop on your website. Coming up on Friday, people are going to be able to get a free Love at First Lash mascara with a $50 online purchase. So definitely put out there the benefit of them shopping online. It takes away a lot of the process and the time that you have to put into it to get that one sale. When they put it online, that takes away you having to deliver it. It takes away from you having to collect the money, pay your Avon bill. It's just all simplified. So really present it to them as the opportunity of making it more convenient to them and getting a bonus. So definitely talk about that mascara. And all customers can use Welcome 10 one time to get 10% off their sale online. So they will not be able to use that and get the free mascara because I believe the code is Flutter. for them to get the free mascara. And you can only use one code at a time. So those are 2 tools that you can use. You can also stress that with a $40 order, it's free shipping. So definitely help them walk through that process, help them set up their online account as an online customer, and help them place that first one to show that it's not scary and it's simpler, and it's not going to replace the relationship that you have with them. All right, Elizabeth already had a customer order Monday and it was delivered. Wow, that's awesome. Delivered today. So they do ship very quickly. I recommend putting in your own order on your website to see how the process works, so that you can go through it smoothly with your customer. I don't know the answer to that. Patricia's asking, is Flutter a one-time use? I don't know if they, my guess would be yes, because the High Five online, I know that each unique customer only counts one time during the month. Okay, so Beth is saying that yes, it's only a one-time use. So they can use Flutter one time, and that runs all the way through February 1st through the, is there 28 this year? All of February, yes, okay. So here's kind of the details of Jamaica so that you can start planning ahead. So if you haven't been on an Avon trip, you do share a room with another achiever, unless you want to buy out that other half. You can also buy in your children. So that's always a great option. I'm a mother, so taking a family trip is important to me. So read through all those little details so that you can plan ahead and not be surprised. So register for RepFest. I hope you guys are already signed up. Like I said, there's nothing better than being at an Avon trip, and RepFest will give you a taste and make you really want to earn that Jamaica trip. So I like to end it off with some quotes here. Old ways won't open new doors, which is, no, I'm not putting down the traditional way of doing things, because again, it is tried and true. It's a part of our tradition and a huge part of who Avon is. So I would recommend not focusing on what you can't control. If your customer base is completely happy being face-to-face and you just do not even want to learn the online way of doing it, then just keep doing what you're doing. Don't feel like you have to switch over or you're going to lose your customers. Like I said, do what has worked for you and try to build in the online stuff if you're comfortable with it and you like doing it. I don't like working events, so I don't sign up to do events. It's okay to do what works for you. Don't feel left out or dwell on it in Facebook groups, because that's not gonna help the situation. Try to focus instead on what you can control and building your business the way that you like to do it. I don't want to see Avon go out of business. So if we don't jump online, that could potentially happen. So it is very important that Avon focuses somewhat in that way. But I don't think you have to look at it as, oh God, I got to change everything over. My customers are going to hate that. You know, don't don't freak out about it. That's one thing I don't like about social media, because it can make small issues turn into like something that you want to like bang your head against the table. So that is my input on all of that. And then also, you can't deposit excuses. A lot of us like to say, okay, well, it didn't happen because of this, and it didn't happen because of that. But if you're always working towards progress and improving over your own performance, your business is going to be growing. So it is a habit to complain. When I decided, okay, I don't want to waste my time just complaining anymore because it wasn't getting me anywhere, it took a little self-discipline to stop and correct that behavior. So make sure that you're focusing your time and your efforts on something that is productive and within your control. Any questions, guys? Thanks for hanging out with me. The Facebook didn't really go so well this evening. That's why I always recommend Zoom, because sometimes that Facebook connection is flaky. And now I'm going to have to go back and make sure my voice isn't all crazy, because I really don't want to redo this. Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for joining. And remember, February 1st, happy birthday to Sarah. And you guys make it happen. Focus on positive energy and excitement. All right, guys. Good night. Thank you.